Maybe because it's not a lot of heals, so it actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, again, we're gonna try to pressure the hazard to the best of our abilities. Oh, she messed up here. She knew that. All right, now we're gonna go with the ultimate because literally, look where everybody is positioning themselves, and the surgeon already used it. Hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. Today's video is your weekly gameplay of some Reaper action. The series where for Reaper mains, if you Reaper main in Stuck in Diamond and Below, this series is for you. If you, okay, sorry, I kind of messed up my intro there. But anyways, if you Reaper main, this series is probably for you. We're going to learn how to improve your Reaper much better. The two common mistakes I see a lot of Reaper players do is they always fade in and ult, which is pretty much the worst thing you can do in Reaper. And sometimes, I mean, of course, without baiting the abilities, sometimes even baiting out abilities is not enough because it's the most predictable thing that you could do. And people pre-shoot you before you come out of the fade. So you're dead before you say the first D and die. And second, a lot of people, unfortunately, constantly flank without actually knowing and understanding the matchup first. And most of the time, actually, we're always against flanking because there's so much you can provide while not flanking. Obviously, the nature of Reaper really just the Reaper can be played as many things. You can play as a defender, you can play as a flanker, you can play as the tank. There's just so many ways. I mean, if you've been on the channel a lot, I've already showed you guys a few things. Now, in this matchup, we have the Cassidy bucket. We have very sturdy and self-sufficient, reliable, and good support lineup. We have enough CC, so we actually can flank if we want to. But obviously, with the Rhine, now we just need to know what the enemy team first has, and then we're going to determine and decide what do we do. But in this case, we do have the opportunity to flank because we have Brigida and Mercy and Cassidy and Reinhardt. They're very self-sufficient and they don't need help. Okay, in this matchup, we have Sojourn. Obviously, we cannot flank into Sojourn, Ashe, and Brig because all three characters that can loop you and mess you up. So we're going to play defensive. We're going to just act on what the enemy team wants to do and mostly wait for the hazard to commit, and then we're going to burn him to death. Now, that's actually quite unlucky. But yeah, that's a lost fight. There's nothing we can do here. But I mean, our team is coming in, so I might as well go in. But yeah, it's a lost fight. There's just no way. We already knew that from the beginning. Alright, very unfortunate. They are running some sort of anti-Reaper team comp. Let's just see if the tech switches. Maybe I feel like Hog would actually be very good. Orisa's even better. So the matchup got a little bit better for us. Alright, now we're gonna play aggressive. Alright. But obviously we're going to frontline, we're not going to flank because the Ashe can boop us and the Sojourn can stay away from us, so gotta keep... Okay, the Ashe doesn't have boop. I'm going to pressure this guy to the best of our abilities. That's what we're going to do. There you go, he's dead. We're going to try to deny the res now, we're going to walk in a little bit. Okay, no res. I have life fever. Yeah, that's another reason why you never flank here. We're going to commit though, because we need to push our advantage. Yeah, get their one healer out of the fight. My aim is kind of betraying me, and that's fine. Sometimes when you have bad aim, just try to lower the sensitivity, and that's what I'm going to do right now, because I'm a bit rusty and haven't played Reaper in a fat minute. So that's okay. If we're going to lower the... That's absolutely fine. We're going to try to hold this corner as much as possible, pressure the tank to the best of our abilities. Okay, we got some heals. I think this is a little too low. We're going to increase it to 60 soon. Okay, they're using a lot of ability. Oh my god, they're using a lot of ultimates. That's actually really good for us. Okay, this is actually winnable. They used all these ultimates and we only lost one person, so... Alright, if Orisa survives, we're going to have a really good ult. But unfortunately, Orisa falls. Not sure why this life here is actually getting a little too excited. A little too ahead of himself. Really unfortunate because we actually could have won that very easily. Okay, we got a lot of their abilities and ultimates out, so that's actually very okay. We have a very good scenario here working. I think Orisa was good. I'm not sure why we are switching up. Maybe because it's not a lot of heals, so it actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, again, we're gonna try to pressure the hazard to the best of our abilities. Oh, she messed up here. She knew that. Alright, now we're going to go with the ultimate because literally, look where everybody is positioning themselves. And the Sojourn already used her ability, so that's just literally free ultimate for me. No pull, so this guy will get dominated, eliminated, and okay, never mind. Good wall, I guess. Yeah, we saw the Sojin mess up her ability, and that's why we went for an ult. I'm not sure why this Life Fever actually went deep. But as you guys can see, I made sure that they didn't have abilities, and even if the Ashe used her ability to get out, she wouldn't have had any verticality to get away. Very good rock by the Sigma. This Brig will definitely... There's no way she gets out of there alive. I mean, I guess nobody actually pushed her. Yeah, I mean, because she's begging to die. So yeah, as you guys can see, even though they had a very solid matchup against me with the Cassidy, I mean, with the Ashe and the Sojourn, and the, like everybody, and the Brig and the Hazard, where everybody can just run away from me, but we played our corners. We did not flank. As you guys can see, we hold our corners. And Life Fever, by the way, Life Fever is really good against Reaper. And as you guys can see, we're still coming out on top because we're playing the matchup correctly. We're holding corners. We're not overextending. We're just pressuring their tank to the best of our abilities. And as you guys can see, should have definitely faded out, but that's actually really nutty res, and that ass will definitely... we actually got the Bob out, which is pretty cool, I feel like. And Brigitte will definitely kill the Brig here. She doesn't have her shield. Well, she did, but it doesn't really matter. We're gonna try to get the Life Fever. We know the Life Fever is alive. Oh well, I guess we're gonna take out the tank. Okay, well, they have no pull, so we'll definitely have a free Blossom if needed, but I don't think we even need to have the Blossom. As you guys can see, we played very, very well, and we got rewarded for it. All we did really is maintained pressure on the Hazard, not really give him a chance, because Hazard is like a Devo without a Matrix. That's how I like to look at Hazard. And what Hazard wants to do, think about Devo. What Devo wants to do is she sees an isolated target, she matrixes a lot of damage most of the time, and as soon as she sees an isolated target, she dives him, gets the kill, and gets out. That's exactly what Hazard wants to do. But because I was AFK in the backline, waiting for the Hazard to come in every time, he didn't know what to do. We made Hazard useless, and if he even wants a chance to win this game, he needs to switch, because if he doesn't switch right now, this game is over, and I'm going to do my outro. That's how confident I am at confirming my victory over that Hazard and asserting my dominance. But because we played the matchup very correctly, and we identified the fact that the other team had 4 boopers that we could not ever push and isolate and overcommit on and flank, the Ashe, the Sojourn, the Brigitte, and the Hazard, and the Life Fever, because Life Fever can pull anybody. Okay, this guy is going for the Hazard. But obviously the Symmetra, and I was going to make this a little bit difficult, so I'm not going to do my outro now, I'm not going to lie, because the Symmetra will make things very, very difficult. Now we're going to see what my Sigma wants to do, because Sim is really good against him, so... And Symmetra kind of makes my life really difficult with a lot of turrets. But they actually have a very, not really the best support lineup, I feel like, and they're very susceptible to, as you guys can see, so this has, we're crushing them a lot, so, and we already have a pick, they have no res, so, yeah, we're looking very, very okay. We also got to be careful of the possible Symmetra flanks. Now we can pressure her because she doesn't have her TP, very, very low, and she is dead, because we did a lot of damage and we're going to get res off. We're actually playing very, very well. They messed up if they res cancel, so that's really well played by the Mercy. And yeah, this guy will die, and as you guys can see, we've identified the fact that, okay, she's going to boop, now she doesn't have her abilities, now we can overcommit, try to get the kill, and as you guys can see, we also got to highlight that at the beginning of the game when we realized we missed a lot of shots, we adjusted our settings, and now we're hitting more shots, because you always got to do that. If you feel like you're not comfortable with the aim, adjust it, because sometimes when I feel my aim, I increase that shit all the way to 100, and when I'm not comfortable, I reduce it. That's totally fine. Again, this guy, if he's staying in Symmetra, does not benefit him because he already lost the point advantage. Symmetra is only good for the first one because if you capture it, as you guys can see, like, look at the pressure. Look at the immense pressure that I'm putting on their tank. We forced the ultimate very early, and that is a very beautiful combo from my Sigma and the Cassidy. That pretty much gave us the point. I mean, they want us to fight for free, and best case scenario, because not only you win the fight while using ultimates, but you also got the coalescence out of them, so they only have the beat as a reaction to ultimate for us, but odds are, if we pressure them enough, they're going to use it very early, because I feel like at this point, if they actually even want to walk through the choke, they kind of have to beat, otherwise we're going to pressure them to death. So now we can isolate the Soldier, the Symmetra switch, which is best case scenario for us, and now I can do my outro comfortably because, as you guys can see, I'm not even flanking, because if I flank, the Hazard will be free. There is the beat, as I anticipated earlier, because I told you guys, if they even want to pass through the choke, they're going to have to ult, That is a very, very good ultimate, actually. We're going to try to Blossom because they're overcommitting on us, and that is a very, very good defensive Blossom. As you guys can see, I told you from the get-go, if this guy does not switch off Hazard, the game is practically over because we're playing the matchup very, very well. We used them as a bait, and we ulted. That was a very also a good ultimate. As you guys can see, if I faded in the ultimate, for example, I've got shut down, but because we have to get out ASAP because our Sigma is still retreating. I mean, coming back out of spawn. So we need to kind of retreat. I'm not really sure why you're pressuring me like I'm some sort of like a... maybe if I can be in my Eloise of my likelihood he can pull me. Well, no, because he wants to the kill for himself. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys. Really amazing press, man. This Mercy actually had a really great team. I can't take all the credit myself. Gotta give credit when credit's due. This is a very solid team. Good switches, good plays all around. But we played all well because I've seen a lot of people struggle and complain about Hazard being way too OP. But if you play correctly, Hazard is a free kill and a free tank every time. But like I said, I'm confident that I can do my outro, but I'm not going to do it for the sake of this, because you guys are going to see a very good Blossom incoming if they actually stall it out. But we know for a fact that we won this game long time ago. Boys and girls, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming by. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like the video, enjoyed, subscribe for new show with your friends if you learned a thing or two. And we shall catch you guys all into the next one. Bye.